This is going to be flashing ELRS receiver with Wi-Fi. Probably the easiest method I know. And this assumes you know what receiver you're using. I like Beta FPV because they usually give you an instruction manual because you need to know what your receiver is. What we're doing is this one is a Beta FPV Nano receiver, and we're going to flash it with the latest firmware for this, and we'll get into that in a minute. But that know what receiver you have and know what firmware you need to put on it. And please like and subscribe. We're trying to get this channel monetized so I can buy more RC stuff. So if this information is helpful, please help me out and like and subscribe. All right. All right, I want to record this real quick. I just flashed this diversity receiver here for ELRS, Express Long Range System protocol. And I have this other one to flash, all right? When I first started doing this, it was pretty tough to get these things to flash, and I've been flashing them for a while. But now it's real easy. Let me show you the easiest way, the way I've found to do it, which is through Wi-Fi. So what we do is we open our ELRS configurator. We want the latest release, which is 3.4.3 now. Our target is going to be this little Beta FPV. This is 900 megahertz. So I'm going to go to Beta FPV 900 megahertz. And I'm going to find this. This is a Nano, a Beta FPV Nano. So we're going to go, this is version 2. I've got a version 1. So we're going to use this one. That's RX. The other one was TX anyways. So Beta FPV 900 RX, which is what we got. We're going to go Wi-Fi. All right. Now all this should be set. Now this is 915 megahertz for FCC. So this is for where I am in the US. This is for Europe. I think this is Australia. I don't know. But if you're like me, it's going to be FCC. All right. Leave all this alone. This is how quick the Wi-Fi is going to come on. 60 seconds is normal. I leave that alone. Put in a binding phrase. I always use the same phrase. Makes it a lot easier. All right. And what we want to do is we want to build. So we leave all this regular and we build. Okay. Now, what I have here is firmware. It puts it in this temp folder right here, Beta FPV. All right. I usually copy, come over here to my C, ELRS firmware, and there's Beta FPV Nano. So I'm going to put it in that folder so I know. All right. That part's done. We've got the firmware, the newest, latest one for this Beta FPV receiver. Now, what I'm going to use is a USB dongle. All right, this is just a USB connector with RX and TX here and power and ground. I used to, and I've done it a couple times, use this to flash this, but it's easier this way by just having the power and ground on this. So you look on this thing, find out which one's V and G, obviously voltage and ground. Hook my USB, and you can't read it, but it says voltage and ground right there. So the next thing I'm going to do is connect this to the computer. If it'll let me. There we go. We should get a light. Alright, so we got power, and it is flashing. It's trying to bind with something, but there's nothing to bind to right now. What we're waiting for is in a minute it'll start flashing quick. And that means that the Wi-Fi's on. So we're going to leave that to flash quick. Wait. Over here, I'm going to close that. On the Wi-Fi here, I'm going to disconnect from my home. And when this starts flashing, we still got that light. When it starts flickering, we will connect it to the computer. Now, this is the only thing that takes a while is this thing to start flashing. So we shall wait. Okay, there you go. See it? How it's flashing fast? That means it is in Wi-Fi mode. So we'll see if my Wi-Fi is going to work. And there it shows up right there, Express LRS RX. So we're going to click on it and we're going to connect. Sometimes it'll ask you for a password. The password is Express LRS 123 or something like that. Or maybe just Express LRS. No, you're going to be butt. Let's try it again. Alright, they're connected. So let's turn this off, let's turn that off. And then it comes up to Express LRS. So we are connected to the receiver here. If you look on here, the firmware we have on it is 3.3.1. We're going to put 3.3.4 on. Alright, all this stuff don't mess with. I tried model matching one time and it messed it up. We got serial protocol, crossfire, all this stuff, leave it alone. What we want is update. Alright, so we're going to choose our file that we put in the folder. Alright, C, ELRS firmware, 900 nano, and this one. We're going to open it. Alright, and we're just going to hit update. And watch it go. Alright, and that's a good flash firmware update. But when that happens, it turns it off, so you're not connected anymore. But that was a good one. The only time you will get like an error message, it'll say something like not enough memory. And that's if you're going like get an old receiver and you it has like 1.0 on it and you're trying to upgrade to like 3.0. It won't let you do it. So you got to go like from 1 to 2 to 3 before you can upgrade. All right, if that makes sense. But when you're like I just did here, it was 3.1, that's the old one. I'm going to wait for it again, is what I'm doing. And if my computer don't decide to puke on me again, I'm going to connect with it again and see what firmware is on it now. And while I'm waiting, I will also turn on my transmitter.
Welcome to Open Teams.
This has a 900 megahertz ELRS transmitter in it. So when that starts flashing, I've got it already set up with my model and everything I'm going to use. Okay, we got the Wi-Fi going. Let's see if we can connect again, if it's going to want to. Like it's not find any Wi-Fi networks. Here's ELRS again. And we're going to connect. That time it was happy to do it. Sometimes it won't find the page, so you got to put 10.0.0.1 But if you look now, our firmware is 3.4.3, so we upgraded it. Everything's fine. So we're going to go off here. I don't need to worry about that right now. You can hear my fan and my transmitter going, but what I'm going to do is unplug it, I guess, is one thing I'm going to do. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm going to plug this back in. And you can see it's flashing. Let's see if it connects with the transmitter. It'll might be too close. No, there you go. Okay, see, solid white or solid light. That means we are connected. Now, what that tells you, if you're going to troubleshoot, you hook this to Betaflight or iNav and you don't get no controls, it's not this or this. These two are connected. They are bound. It's something in your Betaflight ain't set up or your iNav ain't set up right. All right, and that's basically how to do it. That's the simple how to flash ELRS the easy way.